You're lying in bed, phone in hand, telling yourself, just one more scroll. But one more turns into 20 more. Next thing you know, it's 1:47 a.m. You've watched 4 random YouTube videos, stalked 3 different Instagram profiles, read the same news article twice, and somehow ended up on Wikipedia learning about the history of staples. And here's the worst part. You're not even enjoying it. You're just stuck. Trapped in this weird limbo between being too tired to do anything productive but too wired to actually sleep. I lived like this for years, and I'm talking years. My nights were a blur of exhaustion, distraction, and regret. Every morning I'd wake up feeling like I'd been hit by a truck, promising myself, tonight will be different. Spoiler alert, it never was. But one simple change, creating a night routine that actually worked for my life, completely transformed the way I sleep, the way I wake up, and honestly, the way I live my entire day. This isn't going to be one of those unrealistic, wake up at 4 a.m., take an ice bath, and meditate for 90 minutes routines. I'm talking about real, sustainable habits that fit into a normal life. Habits that anyone, and I mean anyone, can start tonight. So if you've ever thought, I wish I could just shut my brain off and feel in control of my nights again, stick with me, because by the end of this video, you'll have a complete blueprint that you can start using tonight. The problem: why bad nights are destroying your life. Before I tell you what my night routine looks like now, you need to understand where I started. Because if you're watching this video, chances are you're where I was. My old nights were complete chaos. Some nights I'd stay up until 2 a.m., working because I felt guilty about not finishing enough during the day. Other nights I'd binge an entire Netflix series until sunrise. Sometimes I'd scroll social media until my eyes physically burned. And here's the crazy part: I told myself I was relaxing. I'd say things like, I'm decompressing, or I need this downtime. But the truth? I wasn't relaxing at all. I was numbing myself. I was avoiding the stress I didn't deal with during the day, avoiding the uncomfortable thoughts in my head, avoiding the fact that I felt behind in life, stuck in my career, and honestly, kind of lost. And this isn't just my story. I have a friend, let's call her Sarah, who used to stay up every single night until midnight, answering work emails. When I asked her why, she said, I'm just being productive. But eventually she admitted the truth. She was busying herself to avoid being alone with her thoughts, to avoid actually facing how unhappy she was. Here's what most people don't realize. Bad nights don't just ruin your sleep. They create a domino effect that destroys everything else. Bad nights ruin your mornings. You wake up groggy, hit snooze 5 times, and start the day already behind. They ruin your focus. Your brain is foggy all day. You can't concentrate. You make mistakes. They ruin your mood. You're irritable, impatient, and everything feels harder than it should. And eventually, they ruin your health. The science is clear. Chronic sleep deprivation increases your risk of obesity, heart disease, diabetes, depression, and even early death. That's when I realized something crucial. I didn't just need to go to bed earlier. I needed a system, a way to end my day with intention, instead of just collapsing into unconsciousness whenever exhaustion finally won. The breakthrough. How I discovered the power of routines. At first, I thought night routines were just another internet trend. You know, like those perfectly aesthetic Instagram posts of someone's color-coded planner and lavender-scented candle. But one night, completely burned out and desperate for change, I came across a quote that hit me like a punch to the gut. How you end your day determines how you start your next one. It made me realize something. I was starting every single morning already in debt. Not money debt, energy debt, emotional debt, mental debt. I was waking up already exhausted because I hadn't actually recovered from the previous day. So I started experimenting. I tried everything. Reading before bed, journaling, meditating, cleaning my room, drinking herbal tea, listening to sleep podcasts, you name it. Some things worked. Some things absolutely didn't. But over time, through pure trial and error, I found a combination that actually stuck. And the results? I started waking up calmer. My mornings weren't this frantic rush anymore. My mind stopped spinning at night like a hamster wheel. And for the first time in years, I actually felt in control. Now I want to break down my exact routine for you step by step, so you can create something that fits your life and actually sticks. Step 1. the shutdown ritual. Most people end their workday by not ending it. They just fade into the night, close the laptop, but keep thinking about work. The problem? Your brain doesn't know you've stopped working, so it keeps spinning. Here's my shutdown ritual, and this changed everything. First, I close my laptop and any work-related apps on my phone. This sounds obvious, but make it intentional. Say out loud, I'm done for today. Second, I spend 2 to 3 minutes making a quick list of what I didn't finish and what I'll start with tomorrow. This is crucial because it tells your brain, we've got this handled, you can stop thinking about it now. Third, I physically leave my workspace. If you work from home, this is critical. Even if it's just walking to another room, create a physical separation between work and life. I actually say to myself out loud, we're done for today. It sounds silly, but this verbal acknowledgement helps my brain actually switch modes. Let me give you an example. My cousin runs a small business from home. She used to answer client messages at 11 p.m., midnight, even 1 a.m. Her reasoning? I'm just keeping up. But she was miserable, always on edge, never truly present with her family. Now she sets a last check alarm at 8:30 p.m. After that, work is completely over, no exceptions. And she says her sleep quality improved within 1 week. 1 week. The shutdown ritual tells your nervous system, we're safe, we can rest now. Step 2. Declutter your space. I'm not talking about deep cleaning your entire house. I'm talking about a quick 5 to 10 minute reset. Dirty dishes? Put them in the sink or dishwasher. Clothes on the chair? Hang them up or toss them in the hamper. Desk covered in random stuff? Clear it. Living room a mess? Do a quick sweep. Why does this matter so much? Because waking up to a messy space is like starting your day with a to-do list already waiting for you. Your brain sees chaos and immediately goes into stress mode. When I started doing this nightly reset, something weird happened. I actually started sleeping better, like measurably better. It felt like my brain was lighter, less burdened. There's actually science behind this. Research shows that cluttered environments increase cortisol levels, your stress hormone. A clean space literally calms your nervous system. Now, here's the key. Don't make this a huge production. You're not organizing your entire life. You're just resetting to neutral. I use the touch it once rule. If I see something out of place, I put it away immediately, instead of walking past it 5 times. And here's a pro tip. Involve your family or roommates. Make it a 10-minute team effort. Put on a song, set a timer, and everyone picks up for 1 song length. It becomes less of a chore and more of a ritual. Step 3. The digital detox. This is the hardest step, but it's also the most powerful. And I need you to really hear this. No phone for the last 30 to 60 minutes before bed. Not less phone. Not just checking one thing. No phone. I can already hear the resistance. But I need my phone as an alarm. Get a $10 alarm clock, but I need to check if anyone messaged me. They can wait until morning. But what if there's an emergency? People managed emergencies for thousands of years without smartphones. Here's what actually happens when you use your phone before bed. You tell yourself you're just checking one thing, but your brain starts consuming information. Someone's political rant, a news headline about something terrible, a comparison-inducing Instagram post, an email that stresses you out. All of this wakes your brain up instead of winding it down. The blue light suppresses melatonin production, tricking your brain into thinking it's daytime. And the content, no matter how mindless it seems, activates your stress response. A friend of mine replaced her nighttime scrolling with reading a physical book. Not a Kindle, a real book. And she says she now falls asleep 40 minutes faster on average. If you're seriously addicted to scrolling at night, here's what works. Put your phone in another room. Charge it in the bathroom, the kitchen, anywhere but your bedroom. If you absolutely need it in your room, put it on the other side of the room. Make it inconvenient to reach. Use Do Not Disturb mode starting at a specific time. Mine starts at 9 p.m. Replace the habit with something else. For me, it's reading. For others, it might be a puzzle, sketching, or even just sitting quietly. The first few nights will be hard. You'll feel phantom phone buzzes. You'll reach for it instinctively. That's normal. Push through. By week 2, You won't even think about it. Step 4. Mind declutter and planning. Ever lie in bed, replaying conversations from 3 years ago? Remembering random things you need to do? Having imaginary arguments with people? That's your brain trying to hold on to too much. It's overwhelmed and doesn't know what's important. So I do what I call a mind dump. I keep a journal next to my bed, and I write down everything that's bouncing around my head. Tasks I need to do tomorrow. Thoughts that won't shut up. Ideas that pop up, worries. I'm carrying conversations. I need to have random reminders. Everything. I don't organize it or make it pretty. I just get it out of my head and onto paper. Then, and this is crucial, I write 3 things I'm grateful for. Not big, impressive things. Small, specific ones. Like, the coffee I made this morning was perfect. Or, my dog looked really happy today. Or, I had a good conversation with my neighbor. This practice stops my brain from carrying stress into my sleep. It's like setting down heavy bags I've been carrying all day. Some nights I also do a quick planning session for tomorrow. What are my top 3 priorities? What's one thing I want to accomplish? Is there anything I need to prepare tonight? This takes maybe 5 minutes total, but it creates massive mental clarity. I'll be honest, when I first started this, it felt forced. But now it's the part of my night I look forward to most. It's like having a conversation with myself, sorting through the day, and preparing for what's next. Step 5. The wind-down window. After I've done my mental declutter, I enter what I call my wind-down window. This is 20 to 30 minutes where I'm not doing anything productive, not checking off tasks, not optimizing or improving anything, just winding down. Here's what this looks like for me. Low lights, I dim everything, or use warm-colored lamps. Bright overhead lights signal daytime to your brain. A cup of herbal tea, chamomile, lavender, or peppermint. The ritual of making tea itself is calming. Sometimes I put on soft instrumental music or nature sounds. Nothing with lyrics that make me think. I might stretch for 5 to 10 minutes, just gentle movements to release tension from the day. The key here is creating a transition zone between doing mode and sleeping mode. Think of it like landing a plane. You don't just slam it onto the runway at full speed. You gradually descend, slow down, adjust your approach. Most people try to go from 100 miles per hour working, stimulated, stressed to 0, fully asleep. It doesn't work. Your nervous system needs time to downregulate, to shift from sympathetic, fight or flight, to parasympathetic, rest and digest. During this wind-down window, I'm very protective of my environment. No difficult conversations, no problem solving, no stressful TV shows or news. One mistake I made early on was watching intense shows before bed. Crime dramas, thriller series, anything with suspense. My heart rate would be elevated, and then I'd wonder why I couldn't sleep. Here's my sleep hygiene setup. My room is dark blackout curtains, no light from devices. Your body produces melatonin in darkness. My room is cool around 65-68 degrees Fahrenheit, 18-20 degrees Celsius. Your body temperature naturally drops when you sleep, and a cool room facilitates this. I have a consistent sleep schedule. I go to bed and wake up at roughly the same time every day, even weekends. This regulates your circadian rhythm. My bed is for 2 things only: sleep and intimacy. Not working, not eating, not scrolling. This trains your brain to associate bed with sleep. I use comfortable bedding and pillows. This seems obvious, but how many people are sleeping on a 10-year-old mattress that's destroying their back? I also use white noise or a fan. Consistent sound masks random noises that might wake me up. Here's what I don't do. I don't drink caffeine after 2 p.m. It has a half-life of 5 to 6 hours. I don't eat heavy meals within 2 hours of bed. I don't exercise intensely right before bed, though gentle stretching is fine. I don't take long naps during the day. It messes with nighttime sleep. The compound effect of all these small choices is massive. When I sleep well, every other part of my life works better. My focus is sharper, my mood is stable, my creativity flows, my patience increases. Even my relationships improve because I'm not irritable and exhausted. Now I stick to calm, low-stakes content if I watch anything at all. Step 6. Mindful moments. Some nights, I meditate for 10 minutes. Some nights I pray. Some nights I just sit in silence and breathe. The point isn't the specific method, it's to create stillness. We spend our entire day in constant stimulation. Notifications, conversations, decisions, screens, noise. Our nervous system never gets a break. Even just 5 minutes of intentional stillness can completely shift your mental state. Here's a simple breathing technique I use. Breathe in for 4 counts. Hold for 4 counts. Breathe out for 6 counts. Repeat for 5 minutes. The longer exhale activates your parasympathetic nervous system, which tells your body it's safe to relax. Sometimes I use guided meditations from apps like Calm or Insight Timer. Sometimes I just sit and notice my thoughts without engaging with them. The goal isn't to empty your mind or achieve some perfect Zen state. It's just to pause, to create a gap between the chaos of the day and the rest of sleep. If meditation isn't your thing, try this instead. Gratitude, reflection, prayer or spiritual practice, gentle stretching or yoga, progressive muscle, relaxation, sitting in nature, even just looking out the window. The method doesn't matter. The stillness does. Step 7. Sleep hygiene. Finally, I stopped treating sleep as optional or as something that just happens. I now protect my sleep like I'd protect an important business meeting. Since creating this night routine, my entire life has changed. My mornings are calmer, I'm more focused throughout the day, and I actually look forward to the end of the day instead of dreading the restless tossing and turning. If you take one thing from this video, let it be this. Your nights don't just end your day, they create your tomorrow. Every evening is an investment in the next day's energy, focus, and mood. Now, I know what you're thinking. This sounds great, but it's too much. I can't do all of this. And you're right. Don't try to do everything at once. Start small. Tonight, just try the shutdown ritual. Close your laptop intentionally. Make a quick to-do list for tomorrow, and physically leave your workspace. Tomorrow night, add the 5-minute space declutter. The next night, add the digital detox. Build it slowly, but build it consistently. Because the night routine that changed my life might just change yours too. If you're still watching right now, it means you genuinely want your nights and maybe your whole life to feel different. So here's my challenge. Don't just click away and forget about this. Pick one thing from this video and do it tonight. Not tomorrow, not next week. Tonight. If this video helped you, hit the like button. Not for me, but because it helps YouTube show this to more people lying awake at night feeling stuck, just like we once did. And if you know someone struggling with their sleep or nights, send them this video. Sometimes one small idea at the right time changes everything. Subscribe for more videos on simple, real habits that make life lighter and better. Until then, sleep well tonight.